I'm Jonny Buckland, architect and design director at Studio Saar. We have our studio on the ground floor of the Silk Mill, surrounded by the Saxonvale site. We started working on the master plan with Andrew Kirby, and some of the main moves that dictated how we were going to use this site were created by working with and around these existing structures on the site. This is the town's last heritage, industrial heritage. The Singer factories and structures were lost when the housing development over the river was constructed. And so the master plan is really being driven by the idea to retain and work with these existing structures, retrofit them for future generations, and actually allow them to become amazing places for creativity and employment. So the master plan has a main avenue through the whole site, and there's a number of key public spaces that the master plan caters for, and one of them is tied to these existing warehouses, which we've called the Bow Exchange. This is a very connected, well-connected space to the rest of the development of the site, and creates an avenue down towards the Riverside Park, which is one of the other key public spaces. And this avenue will allow for creativity to be on display, light industry, commercial spaces, business spaces, to basically look on to a new avenue down. The other key public spaces are a more intimate, inward-looking space adjacent to the Silk Mill and the Western Warehouse, with a focus on arts and festivities. And the other one that's sometimes missed is this green corridor that Simon at Landstory Design has worked hard to achieve, which is basically revealing the culvert and the waterway that exists within the site and stretching a green corridor up through the residential areas. So with this retrofit approach to the master plan, where we're trying to keep as many of the existing buildings and our heritage intact, we have had to do partial demolition to create the right spaces within the master plan. But this is press shop number 1, and this gable end is the one that we're planning to keep as an enterprise hub. And this will really allow us to incubate new businesses within the town. So this will house a flexible a variety of flexible spaces for many businesses, and we think this is a really important way to enliven the town centre, bring more people to this site, allow lots of people within the town to get jobs locally, allow them to walk or cycle to work, and actually create a really vibrant centre to the site. So one of the key ideas for the Press Shops Enterprise Hub is to provide modular structures that sit within the existing fabric of a variety of sizes, small, medium and large, with flexibility to connect and expand for businesses. So these modular structures, they could be lighter weight, made of timber, locally sourced materials, and it's really important to support the community of businesses that would reside in a building like this. So we've designed the idea of having breakout spaces, communal spaces that could integrate planting, meeting spaces, and really allow a community of businesses to connect and work together.
Wow, wasn't that interesting and exciting? I'm Doug, I'm CEO at Edventure, and we've been invited to give our thoughts for this Mayday Saxonvale project. For the last 10 years, Edventure have been supporting the people of Frome to create livelihoods that matter. We give training to individuals to develop initiatives that support the people of Frome to have a more resilient community. And we've been doing that for 10 years from the Welsh Mill Hub. It now feels like we've outgrown our space at Welsh Mill. Having worked there for the last 10 years, we've seen the growth of enterprises and incubated many new ideas for Frome. But there's a real demand now for office space for 3, 4, 5 person spaces, and we simply can't house that where we currently are. So we'd be really excited to have Edventure 2.0 hosted at this site and be able to provide education and support, as well as a wonderful commercial space for businesses to live and thrive within the heart of the Frome community. Through our initiatives like the Startup Course and the wonderful new Future Shed as part of the Green and Healthy Frome project, we've been inspiring and creating many new initiatives that really meet lots of the needs for Frome. And we'd love to continue giving this support and generating and providing education on governance, on branding, on fundraising, to a whole new load of enterprises in the heart of Frome. So what would we lose? What's at risk if we don't get this site? Well, aside from a home for enterprises to thrive, there'll be many lost opportunities to the people of Frome, and the opportunity to really be a centre for innovation, that this hub could really provide a new way of working in Frome and a lovely business community that doesn't currently exist.